Good morning, Crimson Tide Nation, and I have with us in the studio today some very special gentlemen. They've had accolades all throughout the last couple weeks, so you know them well. Some of our senior members of the boys ice hockey team, state championship 2025 NHIAA Division I championship winners. We've got Rowan, Arndt down here on the end, and then we've got Trevor, Craigue, Cam, Roy, and then Tyler, Fennelly, and all of them were involved. And we could have had the entire team in the studio today with the contributions that we've had all season long. And what we're going to be kind of recapping is sort of the crazy last kind of minutes of the game, and then the 4 periods of overtime. That just historic, epic finish to a hockey game, and two great teams kind of battling it out. So I guess I'll start with just what it means to play in a championship hockey game your senior year. So your mindsets, your attitudes going into the game before we get into the 4 overtime. So what does it mean to you, Rowan, playing a state championship game your senior year?
It means a lot. I mean, we put in work all throughout the season, and everyone's trying to get there, but only 2 teams can make it. So it feels good to be one of those 2 teams. And it just feels awesome.
And Trevor, I mean, you had a great season, but it seems like you got better as the playoffs emerged. So, but you were in a state championship game, younger as a freshman.
Yep.
How is it different, your experience as a senior?
As a freshman, I really was one of those key guys, but this year I felt I was, and I just wanted to step up for my team in those big moments. So,
right.
Yeah.
Cam, so we're going to kind of pick up in the end of regulation. So we're down 1-0. We're 1-0 in that hockey game, right? Or 2-1? 1-0. So there's only 1 goal that's been scored, and it's been a back and forth game. Both goalies are standing on their heads. What's the mood like in the locker room? We're down 1-0 going into the 3rd period. Are we confident that we're scoring a goal in that 3rd period?
Well, going into the 3rd, we were tied.
Oh, that's right, 0-0. So, okay. So take us through even just like that mindset, and like, do we feel confident that we're winning that game in that 3rd intermission?
I feel like during regulation, we weren't as confident as we were in overtime. I feel like in overtime we were a lot more confident that we were gonna win, but I feel like we weren't playing well through the first couple periods. In the 3rd, we played all right and got a goal to tie it, but in overtime we came out and played really good.
I mean, several chances. BG goalie made 63 saves. I think Carter himself, was in the high 40s. Defensively, Tyler, it was maybe a hockey game that we and BG relied more on our defenses. So how do you feel like you guys played in the back in the entire game?
We played good, especially against BG. They definitely have hard shots. They're fast kids. So going into that week, practicing on good gaps, stuff like that, and getting sticks on shots and clearing out in front, because that was the whole game plan, was just throw it to the net and try to get a bounce. So not being caught puck watching, just doing your job.
Right. Both teams so disciplined, definitely the best 2 teams. I mean, is that BG team, would you guys say that's the best team that you faced this year?
Yeah,
100%.
for sure.
So now we're in the 3rd period. It's 1-0. BG's ahead. They've got the lead. We've got, a minute on the clock, and you guys are on the ice. Are you starting to feel nervous? What does that start to feel like before Carter gets pulled out of the net? What's going through your minds at that point?
I wasn't really nervous. I was kind of just hanging around the neutral zone, waiting for the D to clear the puck out, and Coach was actually calling me off the ice, but I'm like, this could be my last high school shift, so I'm going to stay out here, and got a good bounce, got the puck, and drove to the net, Cam Rose back door, and we buried it, so it all worked out.
That's really cool. Just before we score that goal, Carter gets pulled out of the net. So we got no goalie. We got an extra skater now on the ice. Tyler, the puck is bouncing around our defensive end. BG almost scores. What's going on through your minds? It's chaos, you know.
I'm just trying to do as much as I can. You know, I'm thinking too, this could be my last high school shift ever. So want to leave everything out there. Don't dwell on anything after. And, you know, I think Chad blocked a shot or something. And then once I saw it clear the zone, I didn't even see the goal. But I just know I looked up and everybody was celebrating.
Yeah, you were busy still on defense, cleaning stuff up. And so then the puck gets moved up. Trevor ends up on the end of it. And are you seeing Cam skate across on that back post?
I'm gonna be honest. I was just trying to drive the net. I was about to shoot, but then I saw Cam right back door, and I had to feed him.
Yeah,
I trusted him.
You know what I remember in that moment, and not much was going. What's the BG goalkeeper's name? We got to give him a shout out because he just had a great game.
Luke.
Betancourt?
All right, well, Luke had a great game.
Great game.
It's hard to get one by him, but that's just a burst of speed right there from two skaters that are making something happen. Does the extra man in that situation give us an edge, or is that just kind of two guys making a play?
I think it gave us an edge a little bit, but I also feel like BG at that point thought they won the game. You know, if you look back at the clips, they weren't really back checking. They thought it was over, stuff like that. Like one kid was even chirping me, like saying like we lost and stuff, and then so.
I mean, that's a lesson, and I think sometimes with seniors you get because you know it's going to be your last time, your last shift on the ice. I'm not coming off the ice, right? Seniors have that mentality, and sometimes underclassmen just they don't get it until you're in that spot. So all right, so we tie the game, crazy atmosphere. Now we got to go back into the dressing room. You're probably not thinking this is going to go 4 overtimes, right? So what's the talk in that first overtime intermission?
We definitely had the momentum. I mean, we scored in the last 38 seconds or something like that. So, I mean, our game plan was we have the momentum. We just got to get the forecheck going. I mean, we kind of see that they were tired towards the end of that game. And we run 3 lines, so, I mean, we still had legs in us. So, I mean, yeah, our game plan was really just to get shots on net and crash the net, and hopefully we'll get a bounce or something like that.
Our depth definitely being a strength.
Yep.
That being said, you're probably not prepared to go on the ice and play 2 hockey games in your senior championship game, right? So now by that 3rd overtime, how are we feeling? How are the legs?
We was cramping up pretty bad.
Yeah.
Legs were hurting, but just wanted to leave it all out there, and it wasn't going to stop any of us from playing. We knew that, and yeah, we played Enter Sandman by Metallica going out into that 4th overtime, so that definitely hyped us up, gave us some more energy.
Kim, are you thinking like, you know, I just scored the game-tying goal, you know, I guess, you know, after you score that goal, have you ever scored a goal like that puts a team, that ties a game up in 38 seconds?
No, that was definitely the biggest goal of my life.
So are you still riding high in the overtimes and trying to find another way to put another one in?
Yeah, I know I had a couple of good looks in overtime. Me and Rowan had a play. He almost buried the rebound, and I know we had a lot of chances. It was like, I can't believe we didn't end it earlier.
So we get to the 4th overtime period, right? And so we've now done this a bunch of times. I know the student section, that they were getting tired just watching you guys fighting through that fatigue. What are we saying to our younger guys? You know, because they've never been in a situation like this, and we have such great depth, and we have great young players. How are you kind of coaching them up as this is all going on?
They honestly were really good. You know, they knew what it meant for them, but even what it meant for us. You know, and they were definitely into it just as much as we were. I think that's a big factor in it. That like we were just, as a team, we were on the same page. We all wanted it, like really badly.
It's the strength of a team when the underclassmen understand how important it is for the guys that are seniors that aren't going to be able to come back, that this is their last opportunity. Trev, playing with your brother, right? Like, Is that kind of a unique situation and a kind of a special opportunity where you get to kind of share in those moments?
Yeah, it's awesome to share the moments, but when I'm out on the ice, he's just like any other teammate. But obviously, I'm happy for him when he makes good plays. But yeah, just like any other teammate in that sense, like treat him the same way.
It's awesome. So we get into the fourth overtime. We have a face-off in our zone. I don't remember if it was an ice puck or whatever set it up. Rowan, you've done this move quite a few times this year, right? Is this your favorite move on a face-off?
Yeah, it is my favorite move. It's kind of hard to use more than once in a game, and I don't think I've used it. I don't think I used it in the game at all, or I might have done it from the left up, but not the.
Yeah, you did it from the left, but
no
you
one's
hadn't
ever
done
seen
it.
me done it from the right. So.
Right.
Yeah.
That is a weird. And I think, I mean, I think that caught people off guard.
I think it
The
did.
fact that you did it from the right. I mean, how many times have you done that move and just not scored and nothing really happens?
A lot.
Quite a few.
Every other time.
4 years worth.
Yeah, so like 90%. And for those of you that haven't seen the clip, face-offs are huge. It's important to win a face-off. Usually when you're winning a face-off, you're playing it back to a D-man or you're trying to win the puck back in your zone. Every now and then you get, a creative player like Rowan that is able to win the face-off for themselves, or they play it out to a winger. So in this situation, kind of describe how you won the face-off and then how you reacted after.
I actually watched it. I didn't really win the face-off. It hit off Mantone's stick and kind of went between his legs, and I think he thought that the defenseman was going to crash in and get the puck, but I think the defenseman thought that Mantone was going to get the puck. So there was a little bit of miscommunication, and I read it and I saw an open puck and went and put a shot on net, and it went in. So it's awesome.
The rest of you saw Rowan take the shot, deflected off of Luke's glove, and I think it was just it happened so quick. He had saved everything that game, but because I think that got on him so quick, he just didn't get a clean stop on it. Did we think that was going in the net?
I didn't really see it, to be honest. I just got off the ice. I was kind of dealing with cramps. I was saying to my teammates, if we don't score soon, I don't know if I can play much longer. And Rowan buried, so I got pretty lucky.
Yeah.
Anybody else see it?
Well, I just saw, I definitely saw the opening, and then I didn't see it go in, but I saw Rowan rounding the net really fast, and I was on the point, and then saw him blow by me when I was trying to celebrate with him. And then, but yeah, so.
Oh, Cam, did you have it? Or you didn't see it?
I didn't see it. I was looking down and I just looked up and saw Rowan, T-Fin, and Austin throwing
Going
their
crazy.
gloves off. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was one of those things where, it happened so quickly. I think even the student section, you almost did a double take because, we'd seen 63 shots get saved. We see this shot that he gets a piece of that just kind of keeps on trickling, and it just clears the line and gets the back of the net, and then we go crazy. I mean, is that the most hyped thing that you've ever experienced in a sporting event or anything?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
What did it feel like to be able to go up to the glass and celebrate with your student body and kind of be those senior champions that you had worked all season to be?
It's kind of a third wind of energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kinda
No,
tired.
not cramping anymore?
No, I wasn't actually. They went away after
Def-
Rowan scored.
Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
felt good.
Yeah, it was just awesome to see our buddies cheering for us.
Mm-hmm.
They were getting hyped.
They brought.
It was awesome.
Yeah, and the energy was, very palpable throughout. Great turnout. You could tell the community was totally behind you guys. Anything else you'd like to share or express? Obviously, the coaches did a lot to be able to get you guys into that game and then through a 7-period hockey game.
Oh yeah.
I just want to thank the team for always being there, pushing each other. Couldn't have done it without any of the guys. Like every single person had a role on that team, followed the role, and helped out.
Covered it all.
Covered it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I want to thank from the athletic department, you guys have been an incredible team to root for this year. You guys all do the things the right way, whether it's on the ice, off the ice, in the classroom. the other sports that you guys are all multi-sport guys, right? So I think that's another important thing that, you know, when I see them in the hallways, you know, this is such a great embodiment, and not just the 4 people here, but this entire team of you know, what we look for and exemplars for what a Concord High School student athletes should be. So thank you again for setting that example, and thank you for giving a great effort this season.
No problem. Thank you.
Of course.
Yeah.
Thank you.